Okay, we're here today to talk about how to make edits to the static content on your website. We did a previous tutorial on how to sign in to this part of your website, so you get this gray toolbar down here at the bottom so that you have access to the back end of your website. But this is going to be less about that and more about once you're in and how you can edit some of the content that isn't dynamic. So if you're interested in finding out how to get to this point and get into the back end of your website and edit that dynamic content with the content management system, there will be a link in the description of this video so you can watch that video. Let's get started with this. So now that we've signed in to the back end, and if you remember, to get to this point where you can sign into the back end, all you got to do is type in the URL to your website and then add / $edit, and then you hit enter, and there you go, you're on your website, and you'll see this gray bar pop up, and then it'll ask for the credentials that you had created before with your email address and your password. Now that you're in and you want to edit some of this static content, and when I say static content, what we're talking about are things that don't typically change often. You know, like this section here, we don't update this very often because we don't really change what we do very often. It's pretty standard as far as our branding goes. This is what we do. So this section here is not going to change much, but say one day we do want to change, or we notice a typo, or maybe we figure out a better way to word something, you can go into this and you can change this. Maybe we're thinking, what we do, that just doesn't, sound like our brand language anymore. Like we've adapted a new language. What are we going to say? Well, we're trying to be more straightforward and clean, so we're going to say about us. It's descriptive. Everyone knows what that means. It's pretty common. All I had to do, if you see when I hover over this, is that I get this highlighted effect, and I also see this little pencil here. That means that this is an editable element. So now all you got to do is either click on that, or actually if it's text, you can literally just click on it as if it's live type, because it is now, highlight it and change it to what you want, and then you're good to go. Now, once you've made this change, you will not see this on your live website until you publish it. This is very important. Anytime you make any change to your website, whether it be the static content that we're working on now or the content management system working with your dynamic content, you'll see down here it says one unpublished change, meaning that this is saved, as it says here, in the back end, but on the live site, what the world sees, they're not going to see that change until you hit the publish button. Now, before we hit publish, I want to show you how to change one more thing. So you can change text, like headers and paragraphs and links, but you can also change some imagery. Now, some of this, like these images here, are part of that dynamic content because we add projects to our website often. So these photos will update as we add photos through the back end. So not these pictures, but things that are consistently staying the same, such as, let's see, here on our contact form, this doesn't change often. Now, we can change it. If you hover over this image, you'll notice that this little icon pops up, just kind of like the little pencil did over a header image, or I'm sorry, a header text. But here you see this little plus symbol and a picture. That means you want to change that picture. So let's click on that. So what it's going to do is just going to bring open a window here so you can browse through your files and find the photo you want to change it to. So let's just change it to this one. Once you click open, it takes a few moments, and there you go. It's updated that image to this one. Now you'll notice down here it says it's saved, but to unpublished changes. So before this is seen on the live website, you're going to hit publish. And that should be about it. That's pretty simple, straightforward. It's pretty intuitive. If you have any further questions, just navigate to this part of our website that we're looking at now and give us a shout. All right, thank you.